Hey guys, it's JD from Mr. Critical. How we doing today, tonight, or where out in the world? So, on this episode of D&D After Dark, we're going to paint and uh, just paint and chill, and see if we can maybe have some people join us. We'll see. I sent out a couple invites, so who knows who might show up. All right, so today I'm going to paint, believe it or not, a Medusa. Okay, let me arrange the light. So yeah, I'm gonna paint this Medusa here. So I'm thinking green for the skin, dress, not sure. Paint and chill stream. Oh yeah. Hey Cujo, how are you doing today, brother? Paint and chill. Those are the best kind of streams, ain't they? Why is it saying you? No, I'm not doing on. I don't know. Oh, hang on. Let me do something real fast. All right, so. Oh, hang on. Let me mute. Gosh darn it. So let's see here. All right, so I'm thinking maybe the dress. What color should we make the dress? Skin's going to be green. Hair's going to be green. Dress, I'm thinking maybe like an orange. What do you guys think? There we go. That should be better. Yeah, I'm thinking more like an orange for the dress. So maybe orange fire. Hmm. Let's try it. So let's see. Let's take this. Put a couple drops. Right there. And let's get to painting her. Something tells me I need to really clean off my desk. Or my. Oh, you know what? Let's play some tavern music too while we're at it. Let's see. Maybe that better. Okay, there we go. Hmm. All right, so. Yep. Paint and chill. Just add the green. Just dab it on like so. How ironic. So I actually printed off 3 of these Medusas, but other 2, it was different sizes, and I didn't think that was gonna be out, but so I went ahead and went with this one. Oh, there we go. All right, got some music going right there. I need some more light. I just realized that. I will be right back, guys. I am so sorry. Let's see, Cujo, have you looked into Wrath and Glory? It's an RPG for your 40k minis. No, I have not. I didn't even know that existed, honestly. So it's an RPG for the minis, huh? Wrath and Glory. I'll check into that. There we go. So the green we're going with is the Vallejo Dark Green for her skin and snake hair. And I'm using a number 5 round brush. I'm thinking I should use smaller, but learning, right? Basically, it's like D&D for 40k. I haven't bought any books yet. Oh, okay. So there are books out on it. Okay, well, I will check it out when I get a chance. So Cujo, how you doing, bud? Okay, I'm switching to my number 1 round. Trying that since. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. All right, so I think that's pretty good, right? Dun, 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 dun. I'm not gonna lie, anymore Tuesdays are kind of my zen night where I can just get a mini and paint and stream and just do what I want. And I like that. All right, so there's that. So the corset here, I'm thinking about a different color, but maybe like go with it like an orange for the dress, or maybe an orange corset with, I don't know. Could go purple. Could go purple too, you know? Hmm. Okay, so there's this. So let's see, the Wrath and Glory. It's RPG for your 4K minutes. Okay, so the minis I have where work for that. That's what you're saying. Even though it's they're like sci-fi minis. There we go. So now let's see. I'm thinking we need something for the dress. I know. I don't know. Something. Yeah, it's a setting for the 40K universe. Okay. Yeah, I'll check into it. What system is it? Is it like a D20, D6? You know what? Let's go with the number 5 brush. Alright, point of no return, here we go. Thinking I'm gonna need a couple coats on this. So Cujo, how have you been, brother? I'm guessing you're at work right now. One thing I can say, I'm not the best painter, but I don't know, I think I'm getting a little bit better with what I got. Heck, I started off with what, like, yeah, how's that going? Like, let's see, I started off with what, craft paint, and now I'm up to using the model paint for these guys, which I hear like a lot of people use this craft paint and stuff. I had one of my buddies. I had him look at a couple of my models. I'm like, "Can you tell me which one is craft paint?" He said he couldn't really tell. Yeah, the dress is going to need at least 2 coats. Which, you know what? That is fine. And I should go like a lighter layer, like work my way up. Hey, you know what? After I paint this Medusa, 1 down, 2 more to go. Actually, 1 more because I still got that one that you got me. I got from you, Cujo. What are you painting? Hey, Zero, how you doing, buddy? I am painting a Medusa. How you doing, bud? Yeah. Cujo actually gave me the idea last week. So yeah. All right. So get this right here. No, it's actually orange fire. But I'm thinking I should have put a yellow down, then this. Or I might just put yellow over this. That is a good idea, maybe. You know what? That is, I didn't even think about that. Zero, thank you. I would do that. Let's thin it some. A little bit better. Let's just do this. Yeah, that's better. Oh. Why retrouble? Why retrouble? I get it. I used it very slightly. Yeah. So you're going to take 3 coats of yellow and orange paint over white or bone color. Okay. What color are you going to base coat them? Yeah, that's how I've been doing with my paints. I've been trying to use sparingly for now. Gold. Do it. Gold is expensive. It's just, I don't know. These paints seems like if you don't get them on sale, they are expensive, or you don't buy them in the boxes. I did on my T-Sons and stock cast in gold. Oh, nice. Actually, I haven't ran a campaign. Well, I probably ran 2, but they all fell through. So I'm actually in the campaign. A buddy of mine is doing one, and he invited me to play. So I'm playing in that one. But I actually got with the one that you got, with the one I have from you, and my Pathfinder minis, I have 4. So yeah, maybe 4 total. Counting 3, 4, yeah, 5. 3 3D printed ones. The one you got me, actually, and the ones that he got too, gave me. So 6, 7 Medusas. Wow. Oh, Ghostbuster Gundams. Nice. Got a sticky kitty. Cujo, you're supposed to be on. Quinian, I thought you were supposed to be on. Yeah, Cujo's at work. I thought it was both of us. Yeah, no joke, right? No, Cujo, if you wasn't at work, I was still sending you the link. Oh, yeah. Thank God I only got one cat. Hairballs, huh? Oh, darn. Okay, well, I can go over that with it. Mm-mm. Too much on that. There we go. All right, so Tell us a story. Well, okay. So, like what? I'm thinking, maybe. Okay, so my ranger has a AC of 18 with the help of some magic items and homebrew stuff, which is pretty cool. Oh, you see. And turn upside down. Whoa, there was this one time I did turn upside down. What do you mean by turn upside down? Like it got busy because of nobody wants to work because of what's going on. Like Monday, I couldn't even take part in my uh weekly D&D session. I text my DM, Fresh Prince man. Boy, I got in one little fight. And my mom got scared, so she sent me to Kansas City. I'm old. I'm about right there with you, bud. Dum, 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 dum. All right, so there's that. No, I have not played Curse of Strahd yet. I have. I Yeah, I believe I sent him my extra copy that I had. But yeah, I still got mine. My other copy. But no, I have not played it yet. I want to. I got the Torker deck for it and stuff, so I have everything. I know. Sometime this year, there's a new D&D starter set coming out, and there is talk about how Wizard might break off into its own company again because of everything that's going on. They feel like they'll make more money. Ooh, I redid Straw's stat block as written. He's kind of a punk beyond. Yeah, and he's killed several ways. I'll fix all of that. Oh, how is he? Is that easy to do? I'm guessing. Make him immune to sunlight, so he can be a day walker like Blade. Yeah, be a date walker like Blade. That's what you could do. They pull out the Sunblade, be like, no, and he'd be like, ha, I got you. All right, so there's that. Nah, I made him immune. Now, I didn't make him immune, but I did fix the cheesy meshes so they didn't have, so they don't work. More skills in. Now that sounds fun. All right, I'm a day walker. just bought it, crit. I'll let you know more about it when it comes in. Also, get a can of that retribution armor. Oh, nice! I can't wait to see it. Mm. The retribution armor. So is that for your army, correct? Oh, zero, that actually does work better. Thank you, bud. I mean, it's freaking. Do a mega crit on him. Yeah. And he'll be nope. Or summon a helper or something. Huh. That is. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, it's a freaking castle. He's a bunch of people. So there's. Let's take advantage of that. Do a mega crit on him. Yeah. Here. Nope. Out through the hidden hall. Or summon a helper or something. Huh. Yeah, that's. Crystal Straw, I do want to run. Run or play. I don't care. Yeah, that looks a lot better. let's see. I'm gonna run it, but it looks like my buyer stopped yanking my chain, so I'm moving for reals next month. So no time, right? Yeah. So your hobbies. Have you ever tried paint that Xeno transport cloth? Have you, Zero? Have you tried it? No, I haven't painted anything in the last 2 months. A lot going on, Zero. Yeah. What about you, Quinn? Have you painted anything? Let's see. So my hobby will have to be pretty small. I may try painting her for a vid. 0 months. Yeah, that is fair enough, Zero. I know. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of like me in some videos right now with me with work and stuff. I just don't somewhat don't have motivation to make videos, but I'd rather live stream instead. No, doesn't really make sense. That's the third model I did for Viz. No, most stuff is packed. Ah, yeah. So the only reason why I can do live streams like this is because of like uh, restream and all that. That's it. And yeah, my internet. I guarantee you, my internet sucks worse than yours. But the coffin, I get that, brother. Hmm. Oh, I I bet it would do pretty good. You're lucky because I heard a lot of people didn't get the Starlink now, and they're having problems getting their money back. Negative 15. This, man, I cannot imagine. Elon's got a new phone coming out that's going to use his satellites to connect, so no laggy internet. Maybe. Maybe. Hmm. What color should I make the gauntlet? The cup. Okay. Tiny bit of red. You know what? Let's go with pure red. Oh, hang on. Bro, I don't know. From this angle, it looks like you're painting Cruella de Vil. Maybe I am. Cruella de Vil. Okay, so you said painting the recesses. Clear off the brush some. Hmm. Maybe. So, what did anybody watch the Vox Machina? Got it. Hmm. I already messed up. Oh well, you know what? Actually, that doesn't look bad. All right, so take that. Huh? Actually, I like that. That turned out. Crit, send me link. All right, Zero. Give me a second. All right, Zero's coming your way. Links your way, brother. I messed up. But I do like how that looks, so. Got some orange on here, so. Ah. There we go. Ooh. That's pretty cool. Coming in hot. Oh, somebody's coming in hot. Who is it? Yo, what is up, Zero?
Hey man, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and reset my camera here
Ah,
because it's not letting me.
you on your phone?
Yeah,
Ah,
there we go. Booyah!
ooh, look at that hobby stuff. And he's gone. Zero will be back. He's right now having technical difficulty. Dum 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 dum.
Hello.
Hello.
You can hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I have to keep the restream screen open in order to stay on.
Oh, that bites. I'm sorry, bro.
No, it's not. It's not a big deal. I won't be able to see the comments and stuff though. That's all.
Ah,
So
yeah, I've
let
been
me
trying
know.
to read them as much as I can.
Just let me know if Quinn's talking shit about me.
Oh, Zero, I got your back, brother. You know that.
Quinn always talks shit though.
Is Zero live? Yeah, he's live. He's right here.
And I can't see my screen. I can't see what it sees. But
Looks like I'm looking at some pill bottles, some Citadel paints, a mini on a pill bottle.
that better?
Yeah, I'm looking at your clippers and your matte paints.
This is weird, man. That's weird. I don't know. I hope they can see what I'm working on.
I see. It looks like
You
I
see my
can.
hand? See
Yep,
my
I see
hand
your
right
hand,
here?
brother. Yep.
Okay. I wanted to show you something. A while ago, I got these Tamiya weathering sticks.
Uh-huh.
You know, this one is snow.
Yeah.
It's like a makeup stick. You know what I mean? It's acrylic. It's like in a makeup stick form. You twist it and you know.
Yeah.
And I try.
And it goes into your brush or whatever.
No, you can. Well, okay. You can just paint it on as you want, or you can take a piece off and put it in your palette with water, and you can use it with a brush.
Oh, nice.
But here's what I did with it.
Zero's camera's better now. Yeah. Is that white snow?
On top of all on the ledges,
Yeah.
I just drew it on there with the thing.
Dude,
And
that
in
looks so awesome.
this little area right here, I used a toothpick
Mm-hmm.
with some of it on, and I just clumped it up in there. But it has a really good look. It looks like natural clumpy snow.
Yeah,
You
it
know what I
does.
mean?
Is that for your frost grave?
Well, this is for Frostgrave, yeah. But um, I got the pen because I was going to use it for the Gundams. You
Mm-hmm.
know, because it's easier to use those types of things on the Gundams. Um, but it just where I just tried it on the thing. I was like, oh man, it works really good. It's like an $8 pen, so I don't want to waste it on scenery. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I don't blame you.
That's it'll go fast. You know.
Yeah. I like that's like with my paint and stuff. I reuse sparingly because like I don't want to go fast and have.
Exactly. Excuse me.
Mommy and daddy can't buy me stuff no more, so I gotta pay for it myself.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I'm not spoiled like some people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I bought me one of those a couple weeks ago. I bought me one of those little vortex mixers, those cheap ones off of
Yeah,
Amazon.
I saw that.
Yeah. Dude,
How do
it
you like it?
works. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
have
like
one
my
somewhere, but it's not a great one.
hmm well, and like this one's not a great one, but it shakes my paint up like excellent. And I'm using my paints or the
Yeah.
ones I'm using don't have those balls in them yet. It shakes them right up.
Nice. Yeah, I just bought these glass balls.
Uh-huh.
I was looking for BBs, glass BBs, because they used to make them back in the day, but they don't call them BBs anymore. They just call them boiling balls. So I guess you're supposed to use them for, like, I don't know, therapy or cooking or whatever. But you can get them on Amazon really cheap for like 100, like a couple bucks for 100.
Yeah.
And I
went
just put them in my paint.
Yeah, I went to, was it last week or the week before? Oh, Valentine's Day. I went up to this store called Tabletop up in about 50 miles from me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I went in there and they had like one copy of Frostgrave Second Edition left.
You got it?
No, I didn't have enough money on me, and plus, then
Mm-hmm.
I found that they had the like a Tiamat mini for like
Yeah.
$60. The original Tiamat mini that came out years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I looked at the guy. I'm like, I swear last year this was worth. You guys was asking like $150 for it. He goes, yeah, but since the big one came out, everybody wants that one, so the price went low on this one.
Yeah. That was the original, because that TMA's from the originally was from that game, that Wings of something. It was like it was like a dragon flying game. Like,
Oh
instead of
yeah.
airplanes, you used dragons, and that was part of that line. Which is why I
Mm-hmm.
never understood why they sold it as an actual miniature for D&D. I was like, there's no way that's tiny. Like, who would use that for? You know what I mean? Like, all right, you
Yeah.
see Tiamat, but she's really, 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 really far away. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Well, plus if you're on a budget,
I mean, I guess.
Yeah,
But you could, I mean, for $60, you could get a better dragon model. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that is true. But yeah, that is so true.
I mean, like Tiamat's cool, but
Mm-hmm.
the level that she's at is kind of like, even her avatar is like, yeah, it's you're really not gonna like. That's not really like a fight. That's more like an encounter, unless
Mm-hmm.
unless the group just wants to fight. Like, we just want to fight her and see how far we get, kind of thing. Like, I've done that before,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not Tiamat's not really a fight. You know what I mean? It's more like a wow, that's Tiamat. Holy crap. You know what I mean? Like,
Like the $400 mini.
yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's like Ed bought it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, are you gonna use that thing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Yeah.
a lot of money to spend on a miniature that you will probably use maybe once.
Yeah, exactly. Where like
Maybe.
me, as soon as I get my FDM printer up and running, I'm gonna start printing her out. I'm gonna make her like half FDM and half
Resin.
resin.
Yeah.
I figure have the body FDM and the heads and wings
Yeah.
and tail
I mean,
as
I guess, yeah, I guess you can do that. It makes sense.
yeah. Well, if I would print her off on resin, oh, Jiminy, that would cost me a pretty penny.
I mean, yeah, but nowhere near what it costs you to buy the model.
Yeah,
You know
true
what I'm
that.
saying? I mean, still, you got to think about it. Like, that's the value in those printers, is like you're spending like a fraction of the cost than buying an actual. I mean, granted, the model looks nice. It's a nice looking model,
Oh yeah, I love it. I
but
look at my wife. I'm like, honey, can I get this? She goes, $400 for a toy. I'm like, but baby. She
I
goes,
mean, like,
when we.
I got a Tiamat poster. I'm
Mhm.
sitting right here. I'm like, if my team ever meets Tiamat, my players, I'm like, well, here she is. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
show them the poster and be like, get a good look.
Oh, and by the way,
Because,
here's the base that represents her.
yeah, if you want to try. But like I said, I mean, sometimes the players will be like, yeah, I just want to fight her just to see how far we get. Like, okay, that's a cool one shot fun thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, if it came down to like a campaign, you're like, yeah, you're not gonna fight Tiamat. You know what I mean? Get out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Tyranny of
stop.
Dragons. That's the name of it. The
Yeah.
campaign.
Yep. It's like, just yeah, you're just like, yeah, get out of here. Don't be silly.
Yeah. Oh, Cujo says, I've seen that little Tiamat mini in the hobby store today for $47.
Yeah, it's dropping in price. It's going back to what it should be, because originally when it came out, it was like $50, I think, for the original
Yeah.
game, and then they jacked up the price the year later after they like went off the shelves. they put her back out, and it was like super expensive. I was like, why? Why is that little guy? you know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like when you can buy an adult red dragon for $60, you're like, yeah, no, that Tiamat model is not that good. You know what I mean? Like, no way.
No.
but people bought it. People jumped on it like, oh, Tiamat. I'm like, is it though?
Yeah. Well, you know, some people said, some people, yeah, that's Tiamat.
Okay,
You
now
know.
here's what I could see you doing, right? Like if you were very creative, right, and you had 3D printers available to you, what I would do if you want to make that model your Tiamat encounter, you could do it. You just make little tiny miniatures for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like print out
Yeah.
3D miniatures of everybody's guys, but tiny, 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 so that it looks to scale with the battle. So the battle can be really big, and each square would be, instead of like 5x5, it would be like 50 by 50 feet each square. You know what I'm saying? That way,
Yeah.
you can accommodate for the size of the model without going overboard on a $400 TMM model. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because I put a $400 model out there. I'm like, look, it's cool, but don't touch it. Like, don't touch it, nobody, because nobody's gonna pay for it if it gets broken or damaged or whatever. So it's like, yeah,
Yep.
don't. If I break it because moving it around, that's my fault. But if someone else breaks it because they're touching it, it's like,
You owe me $400, mofo.
yep, like here's your new Tiamat model. Enjoy.
Yeah.
I've actually done that. Like, I bought one of my buddies. Like, he's just really rough with his hands. Like, he's just clumsy,
Mm-hmm.
And I bought a Robotech, a Macross action figure of Max Sterling's Veritech. It came in like this huge book. Like the box was like a huge collector's edition book, and it had all kinds of artwork. It was really nice. It was a transforming thing, and I was like, you could look at it, take it out of the box, look at it, but don't transform it because it's real tight. Like the screws and everything are real tight. Sure enough,
Yeah.
man, he goes to transform the arms, and one of the arms broke. And I was like, man, that's. He's like, oh man, I'm really sorry. I'm like, sorry for what? He's like, I didn't mean to break it. I'm like, that's all right, it's yours. Like, you
By
bought
the
it,
way,
man.
you owe me
Like,
this.
you bought it, dude. I know. And I was like, look, I'm not trying to be mean, but I just got that, and I asked you not to mess with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but he paid for it. As a matter of fact, like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I think I sent it to him a couple weeks ago, like a couple months ago, actually, around Christmas time. I found it in one of my storage bins. I was like, oh my God, he should have had this. This should have been his. But I'm pretty sure if I'd have gave it to him then, he probably would have lost it or gotten rid of it by then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, man, I don't mean to be mean, but you were told. So like I said, I mean, it's a beautiful model. I just don't think it's worth.
Well, like that Orcus model that I have that my DM gave me.
Mm-hmm.
It's from the 4th edition game.
Yeah, I remember. It's an old school model.
Yeah, that's like
old school now.
Yeah, that sucker alone right there, and with the base is like a gargantuan base, right?
Is it?
Yeah. And Orcus is like a medium-sized creature.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's a large.
He's a Orcus. No, he's
huge.
He should be huge or gargantuan at least.
Yeah, but Cujo, I don't pay $400 for T-Mat. I never pay MSRP. I pay $319. Oh, that's like most of my house payment right there.
Damn.
Well, I only pay like 400, about $420 a month on my house payment.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's cheap as hell, man. That's like a studio apartment rent in the ghetto over here.
Oh, Zero's on. Has to step out for a sec. Hey, Quinn's back.
Hey, Quinn.
Yeah. No, it's just like I bought my house when the market was down.
Uh-huh.
And stuff, and now like the market's up and the value of my house skyrocketed.
Oh, of course.
I'm like, freaking A.
Are you gonna sell or are you just gonna stay? You're gonna stay there?
I'm gonna stay. I work my butt off.
Yeah. No, I get it.
8 years, 9 years.
Well, if you're comfortable with why go? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I pay $1,200 a month for rent for 1 bedroom. Wow. Ooh.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, there's a buddy of mine here who pays like for a studio in the city, like it's like 900, and that's just
Yeah.
a room with a kitchen and a bathroom. You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
small, but it's expensive here.
Well, um, some of my coworkers, I hear how much they pay and stuff, and one of them told me like I was stupid by buying. I'm like, why? He goes, well, you're basically
Yeah,
paying rent for the next 30 years. I'm like, okay, I'm
and
I, I see where you're going. I'm paying rent for the next 30 years, but I can do whatever the if I went to my house
yep,
for the next 30 years, or I could
yep.
basically
Well,
get
not
up
to
and leave
mention, I
and
mean,
sell it.
okay, but what they're not telling you is, and people say that shit. I think it's ignorant to say. Like it's
Yeah,
an ignorant statement because, like, look, yeah, I'm technically paying rent for 30 years, but I'm paying myself rent for 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
that's for me. You know what I mean? I'm investing it because when you pay rent, regular rent, you're not gaining any capital. You're not gaining any interest. That goes to the landlord. You're paying for them to go
yep,
on vacation. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
exactly.
if you're gonna pay, you might as well pay for yourself. You know? I mean, at least, I mean that's what I think. I don't know. I'm not a homeowner yet, so don't quote me.
Well, I was able to go through the USDA and stuff
Hmm.
to get mine, and I I'm glad I did.
Cool. It's good. I mean, if you're happy where you're at, man, like I said, why fix what's not broke?
Yep.
And there's always someone gonna hate, bro. It's always someone gonna be like, "Oh, you could have got it for less." Like, yeah, shut up, whatever. You know
Mm.
what I mean? There's always someone's gonna say that shit.
Uh, yeah, somebody actually did tell me that one time, and I'm like,
They,
yeah, but
they
every
always
time,
like you tell somebody, "Oh, I bought a book for $20." Like, I could have got it for you for 10. It's like, yeah, okay, shut up.
yeah,
Where were you 5 minutes ago? You know what I mean?
exactly right. Let's see. Overboard said he's looking real good. Looking real good. Quinn says buying is cheaper than renting most of the time. Yeah.
Yep. Well, I mean, you consider like, okay, like everybody always criticizes, like, okay, well, yeah, but you got to, if the plumbing goes down, you got to fix it. Yeah, okay, but I mean, unless there's a catastrophe, plumbing never doesn't go down. I mean, you may have to replace a couple of pipes, like for in the, underneath the sink or something, or even like go as far as replacing a toilet. But you're not gonna, you know what I mean? Unless you have a catastrophe, your plumbing's not gonna go down. Neither is your
Yep.
electricity. Now
Exactly.
if you buy it knowing, okay, like the real estate agent says, okay, look, you're gonna have to redo all the electricity because this is like ancient electricity. Then that's something you have to calculate for. So people always say, oh, it's easier to rent because you're not paying for anything just to rent. But it's like, yeah, but nothing is yours. Like if you scratch the wall, that comes out of your pocket later. You put a
Mm-hmm.
nail in the wall, that comes out of your pocket later. Like in your house, you can do all that shit. Yeah, you pay for it, but it's yours.
Yeah.
Do whatever the hell you want. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I think that's a liberty worth having.
Yeah. A few years back, we had like a big hailstorm and stuff. So I turned in a claim for my roof
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, and they said that most of the damage was from before I bought it
Mm,
and stuff, but they went ahead and they covered it and everything. I'm like, sweet. So like, they gave me okay. So they wrote me the check, and then I got a hold of somebody and to get to do it right.
mm-hmm.
And they told me, well, why don't we just run this to the insurance? I'm like, the insurance already paid me out. I have the
Right.
check. This is what I'm willing to pay.
Right.
And they're like, well, I'm like, well, this is what we're gonna do. If not, I'll find somebody else. Well, I found somebody else.
Right.
The
Yeah.
Amish.
You just got. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to do that. And sometimes you just
Yeah.
got to settle and say, okay, well, you're not. You're the first person I asked, but you're not going to be the last. People just don't want to do that because they don't want to go through the hassle of continuously looking and making phone calls and appointments and whatever. But sometimes you have to.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll let that one dry. Maybe I should go with Bahamut next. Oh, you know what? Maybe
Ooh,
I'll
I
go
can't
with
see
this
you here.
lich.
Hold on a second. Close that. Oh, now I can see. Okay. You know what it was I had the YouTube open
Oh, okay.
and I couldn't move the regular screen, but now I can. Did you finish your guy, your orange dress guy?
The Medusa, she's right here. I'm gonna let her dry some before I put more paint and stuff on her.
I would say the
Set
next
her off to
step
the side.
is the next step is take that yellow, same orange, with a teeny,
Hmm.
teeny, teeny, tiny, teeny, tiny bit of yellow, and then do your raised ruffles, just a
Okay.
little bit. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna let her dry some.
You won't even have to, if you do it right, you won't even have to use any washes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep. Well, I finished my partly finished my army today. I got the 15 minis I needed,
hmm
so I just got to print off like 3 bosses or whatever they call them, and I should be set for my 750 score for them.
oh, the points.
Yeah.
Those are rookie numbers, bro. You got to bring those numbers up.
Well, I want to learn how to play first before I do that.
No, yeah, for sure, for sure. Learn how
You
to play
know.
and see if you like it before you commit. I got
Yeah.
you. Good move.
Because if me and my cousin, if we don't like it, I can just
No harm, no foul. Yeah, I get it.
yeah. And what am I out? What, like some resin? I can use the minis for something else.
I had a question about resin. Maybe you three guys can answer it.
What's
If
up?
you're printing something, right, on a 3D printer with resin, right, and your model finishes, but in the bed there's still resin, can you put that resin back in the bottle?
Yes, I do it all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
see
Also,
that
right.
I didn't know that. That changes
Like,
things. That's pretty cool.
yeah. Like
I
right now,
thought it
I
was
took
just
out
wasted resin.
no. Right
Oh,
now, both my vats are full with resin with the lids on
hmm.
here in my garage.
Don't
Now
leave
I'm
them
not
under there too
printing.
long.
Well, they got the.
I
I've
mean,
got 3D printing
Troy did
covers
that,
on
and they
them.
got all. Remember, Troy did a whole video about that. He left it in there, and it got all nasty.
Oh yeah, I like. I'll probably go like 1 or 2 weeks, and I'll go in and I'll stir it up and stuff, and
Yeah,
print
see,
something
that's
off.
cool. I didn't know you could do that. That's kind of cool. So the resin doesn't
Yep.
like dry up sitting in the vat.
No, I haven't had
Wow,
it.
I didn't see. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah. Let's
news to
see.
me.
Quinn says, "Yeah, I do. I just run it through a filter and scrape it all out."
Hmm.
Cujo says, "I waited for housing market to crash, and then I'll buy." You should have done that about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Not against buying. I'm against of overpaying. Only reason I'm not in the house because I wasn't for sure what city I want to live in. That makes sense. You leave it and set it for sure. Just stir it well. Yeah, that's what I do. I stir it well.
Excuse me.
No, you're good, buddy. Dum, 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 dum.
I gotta do all these towel. I might as well do them while fucking
Mhm.
waiting for what do you call it? So I can airbrush the Ghostbuster models, and I haven't done anything since that. Like since I started that project, I just met my wife today. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do any more challenges for a while because it seemed to just take up too much time and energy.
Yeah.
Like I haven't been able to focus on anything else because I wanted to get those things done. And I mean, they extended the time for the challenge because I guess a lot of people weren't even close to done. All I had to do was paint and be done. But for me, because I can't spray paint outside, I got to do it inside. I got to airbrush, and I can only do that a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. For me, that's the longer part is the priming and then the painting. I just want to get it done so I could send it up there to the guys and they can do what they got to do. Whether I win or lose, I don't care anymore. I'm just like, yeah, I just want to be done with it.
Yeah, I don't
And
blame you.
I think it's a cool idea that I came up with, but we'll see. We'll see what everybody else thinks.
I want to see a video on it.
I should have done it. I got pictures,
Uh-huh.
but so I guess I could do like a slideshow video, but you know what I mean? I really didn't
Yeah.
because the thing is this when I decided to do this project, right? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna do Ghostbusters. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it, right? Like, so I had no There was no manual for this. You know what I'm saying? So every time I sat down to work on these guys, I would sit there and look at the model, okay, what's going to make it Ghostbusters? Okay, maybe I'll do this. I'll add some plastic card here. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to do trial and error. So I don't know if it was, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really video
worthy.
friendly, I want to
Mm-hmm.
say. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you're gonna be watching me like fumble around with shit, and it was like, is that really? I don't know. Maybe to some people, I don't know.
That's the power of editing right there, Bubba.
I thought the cat went out. Yeah, no, I get it. You're right, and I mean, I should have done some video of it, but the thing is, like, this is a contest, so I didn't want any of the competitors like seeing what I was doing.
Oh yeah, that
the
makes sense.
The only person that knows what I'm doing is one of the judges, and that's because he's the one that sent me the models, and you know what I'm saying. Like, so he knows. Like, it's.
Let's see. I have resin. Oh, Cujo says he has resin in his printer from 4 days ago. He'll pour it, shake it up when he gets home and start a new print.
Nice.
That's cool, have a man. I didn't know you could do that. Glory revised rulebook coming. Can't wait for it to get it. Ooh.
So look at this. White. Not so white.
Let me see the white again. Hang on. Let me flip up my little lens thingy.
White.
Okay.
Not so white. I'm actually using Apothecary white contrast paint. So I don't know if you can see it, but they're side by side. It's the lighting, but yeah, you can.
The one on the left is the contrast.
This is the one with the contrast right here.
Yeah, I like that one.
So, well, I'm going to dry brush it back up to white, but I needed to get all the crevices and the lines and all that stuff. Actually, no, wait a minute. I'm sorry, bro. That's wrong. They were both contrast. They were both contrast. Okay. This is the contrast, and this is the white. That's white.
I don't know. Just
so I primed this with the airbrush. I used white primer through the airbrush to prime these guys. So then they came out pretty neat. And then I just contrasted it. You see? Because I need to get all those little tiny lines. See?
Those are
all the panel lines.
I want to get some of those speed paints from Army Painter and try those out.
Yeah. I mean, go for it. If you don't have contrast, go for it.
Yeah. See, I don't have contrast.
If you have contrast, I'd say just stick with contrast. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
Look, man, I know a lot of people like to, it's better than contrast. It's like, listen, slow down. It took them 2.5 years to even come up with a close formula to Games Workshop's contrast paint. Okay?
Yeah.
So let's be real. The big dogs made it first. Everybody else is just trying to follow suit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's innovating, right? Like, if you're not innovating, then you're just catching up. Matter of fact, look, these guys right here, hold on. See if I can pull this bottle out. These guys right here. You heard of these guys, Turbo Dork?
No.
They make some of the coolest metallic. This is a cool ass teal metallic. See that? They even make color shifting paint. Okay? This is innovating paint. They're not trying to compete with Games Workshop. They're not trying to say, we make the better silver, we make the better bulk metal. No, they're like, we make these metallics. We make color shifting metallics. We make flecked metallics. They make all kinds. You know what I'm saying? And they're innovating paint. They're not just like, we can do it too. We can make contrast too, but we're gonna call it speed paint. Nah, it's the same shit, bro. Like I said, if you don't have it, then go ahead and give it a shot. But if you have contrast, it's not. What's the point? You know.
Let's see. Cujo says, "I knew Zero was a communist." Okay.
What? Communist? Really?
Yeah.
I'm not a communist.
I know, right? He also says, "Holy shit! The speed paint mega set at Games Nerds is a killer price. I think it comes to $2 a bottle."
Yeah, almost. It's a good set price wise, but I mean, there's really good video. I just watched one where as a pro painter, like he was like non-biased, like he's like, I'm just gonna go at it with both these paints and see what's what. And he was like, yeah, I mean, they're okay. There's some colors that are really good and some colors that are eh. But if you already have contrast, there's no need to switch over. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no,
Yeah.
unless there's a color that the contrast line doesn't have, which I think there's maybe one or two like very specific colors that contrast doesn't have. But otherwise, no. Matter of fact, one of their colors is it's like a light tone, shade or something. It's
Mm-hmm.
exactly like Skeleton Horde from Contrast Paint. It's the exact same color. You see what I'm saying? So it's like they're not doing nothing new. They're doing something new for themselves, but they're just following what Games Workshop's already done and established. And they've been here, they've been out for what, 2.5, almost 3 years now. Contrast paint. So it's like, okay, well, of course, sooner or later somebody had to make something. The only difference is like, oh, they can offer it for less. But I mean, what are you really getting? You know what I'm saying? Like, where are they cutting the corners that they can offer you the same paint for less?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is there sweatshops in Bulgaria or some shit that they're using little kids to make these paints or what? You know what I mean? Like,
Bulgaria.
I know it's not where they're at. I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, is there a sweatshop somewhere? Like, get these paints done. We have to get out there.
Maybe that's what Beard's doing
Games
over there.
Workshop.
He's the head of one of those shops.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, everybody wants to beat Games Workshop. It's like, all right, cool, man. Why don't you just be your own thing? Like I said, I like Turbo Dork because they're doing their own thing with paints.
How much are those?
That bottle was like maybe $5, I think, after tax. And it's because I bought it. It's not. It's the same size as the Army Painter and Vallejo. It's actually a little shorter than the Vallejo paints. Little shorter. So you're getting a little bit less paint, maybe, but it's minimal. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's the metallic line is through the roof, dude. I think they got one called Space Dust, and it's like all these trippy color shifting paints. It's like totally, you know. Are you gonna go paint a whole army like that? No, probably not. But you are gonna have some really cool stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I feel like the speed paints are cool, and if you've never used them or never used contrast, go for it. Give it a shot. If you have to choose between one of the two and you don't have either, I would say try speed paints because they're cheaper, right? If you don't like them, it's like, oh well, I didn't spend that much money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like Games Workshop's had like years to get this right.
Yeah, they did.
You know what I mean? And they did it. You know what I mean? They did a good job with the contrasts. That shit was groundbreaking. When that shit came out, people were like, what? And I mean, they promoted it wrong. They originally promoted it like, if you're a beginner and you just want to get your army painted, these are the paints for you. Contrast, just slap the shit on there. You know, ready army in a minute. You know what I mean? It was like, yeah, that's not really right. But whatever. The point is, they got it out there.
Yeah.
And they got it out there before anybody else even had an idea of what was going on. Like the guys at Army Painter and Vallejo were like, hey, did you guys know they were going to do that? Did anybody know they were going to come out with these fucking paints? They're like, nope. Like, ooh, we need to do this. Like, well, boss, it's going to take us about 2 years to come up with these formulas. You know,
well, I think
you know what I mean?
Brent made his own contrast paints in one of his videos.
That's because he's a chemist.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Like he's maybe kind of you can trust his intelligence on it. Like you can trust his knowledge on it. But like I hear a lot of people like, oh, the speed paints have more pigment and more opacity. You know, less opacity. I'm like, first of all, you're not a fucking scientist. You don't have a fucking centrifuge on your table testing these paints. You're just using your opinion. Yeah. Your room could be 10 degrees colder than mine. Your water could be 5 degrees hotter than mine. There's all kinds of variables that could change the continuity of that paint. So there's no way, unless you're using a scientific lab to determine whether or not that paint actually has better coverage, or you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't follow a lot of these guys like, oh, you know, speed paints are the best, blah blah. Man, you don't know. You don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. Like, come on, let's be realistic about it. Like, do your diligence. If you don't know, matter of fact, to be honest with you, bro, you can contact Army Painter And I believe if you contact them via email, they'll send you a sample of their paints. They'll send you like 1 or 2 bottles or 3 bottles. Like Minneapolis got like 3 bottles, and then he got 4 after later on. But he's a representative for Army Painter. But if you just email them, they said that's how all these people got those videos out super early. If you noticed, it was the same 6 bottles of paint.
Yes, I did.
This guy got blue, brown, and gray. This guy got green, red, and brown. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't a fucking mistake. It was Army Painter like, here, try our shit. Do a video. I don't give a shit. You're gonna say it's better anyway because you don't know any better. You know what I mean? Like I said, if you don't have any and you're really tempted, try it. Give them a try. But I guarantee you, if you try contrast paints, you're gonna be blown away by what they can do, and especially if you're an experienced painter. I've seen some shit that I was like, did that airbrush? Is that airbrushed? And I was like, nope, that's contrast. I'm like, what? You can airbrush.
Let's see. I watch a lot of videos on them. Most people says both contrast and speed paints have good and bad colors out of bottles.
Yep.
Out of the bottle, and some needs diluted, and some are good out of the bottle.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed too.
Consistency. But you know what? If you look at the track record, right, and how many, we've talked about this before live. I said it before and I'll say it again. And look, I have a whole collection of Army paints over there. You see it. I use them.
Yeah.
Okay, but they are inconsistent. None of those bottles are consistent with the next bottle. The red's thicker than the yellow. The yellow's like less opaque than the orange. You know, and the green is like soupy. You know what I'm saying? It's no, you have to mix and you have to thin down each paint individually. You know,
that's one thing.
It's like that with all the companies too. The only one that I've seen that's really good is Vallejo. They're pro line paints, and they're like, they have a line of paints that are like, it's just good out of the bottle. They're all consistent. You know what I'm saying? And I like their sprays. I've really started to like the Vallejo color sprays because one, it's color matched. You know, which is a big deal to me. Like if you have a pot of paint and a spray can with the same name, they should look exactly the same when they're dry.
I think that's one reason why I went with Vallejo.
Yeah. So Games Workshop has a black spray. It's called Chaos Black. But the black paint is called Abaddon Black, and it's like different. They're not the same color. They always tell you, like, when you listen to their instructions, like, oh, if you primer it in Chaos Black, you should repaint the model in Abaddon Black, so that if you make mistakes later, you can correct it with Abaddon Black. It's like, motherfucker, I don't want to paint it twice. I don't want to prime it twice. You know what I'm saying? I want one prime, done.
Yeah.
And if I have to fix it, there should be a pot that equals that color. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Well, one of my buddies, he wants to get into mini painting. He goes, what do you suggest? I'm like, well, if you're on a budget, take craft paints and try it with that.
I mean, you could, but it's a lot. Quinn's done it. It's a lot of work, man.
Yeah. But I also told him that I used Vallejo myself, and
you've used craft paints. You started with craft paints. When I met you, you were painting with craft paints, and then we sent you those paints from Games Workshop and Vallejo, and you you changed your tune. But not not bragging or anything, but I knew once you painted with the other paints, you were going to be like, wow, this is a big difference. You know?
Yeah, and it is. Like I think on one mini, I didn't have a certain color, so I used a craft paint, like 2 colors of craft paints it was on my daughter's mini, and for the hair, and one of my buddies, they picked it up and they're like, oh, this one looks good. I'm like, can you tell what part's craft paint on it? They're like, no.
But they can be worked with. I mean, look, in a pinch, you got to do what you got to do, right? Like, it is what it is. I'm not gonna discredit that at all. Like I said, Quinn's done it, and he's done a good job with it.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, you use you use the right tools for the job, and the job will be done a lot easier.
Yeah,
I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
He says he's a Vallejo and Citadel fanboy. Citadel for shaders, Vallejo for airbrush. He also says at Zero's Hobbies, how's that other pot holder I printed work?
It's pretty snug. I don't have it out here right now because it takes up a lot of space, but it is pretty snug. It's a lot better than the one I have. That's for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it definitely worked out. I appreciate it.
Is that the one I
got
printed
that.
off for you right there?
This one right here is, yeah.
The
No, these are the I got 2 more of these because I bought another paint rack. So they came with 2 more of these little guys. Man, I wish they had the PDFs for this, or the files for these guys. These are phenomenal.
You know what? I think I've seen those on Thingiverse.
I mean, man, they're really sturdy. Like, even if you break one leg, they're still like, you know what I mean? It's still 3 legs sitting there.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna. How long are you gonna be on?
Probably about another 15.
Oh, 15 minutes. Okay.
Minutes.
No, I'll wait.
Yeah.
No worries.
I'm gonna try to at least do my paint and chillaxing every Tuesday, because it seems like that's when I have meetings where I can work from home and stuff.
Which Ghostbuster is this? Oh, he's got the wrong head. Damn it. You see, there's a Ghostbuster pack.
Is that 3D printed? Oh,
yeah,
no.
It is a 3D printed. The pack is, yeah.
That's awesome.
And then here's one of the heads I made. This is for Ray.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I did one for each of them because I don't know. I just felt like it gave a character. But yeah, I gotta spray those guys. And Crit, did you see this? I don't know if you saw it when I was done with it.
Hey, now, let me. What is that?
It's a Grave Guardian from Reaper Bones.
Oh, man.
I painted it around Halloween time.
That's awesome.
Did a live stream.
Thing I noticed at the hobby shop I went to. They had this bin full of Reaper Bone metals and plastics, anywhere from $2 to $6 on clearance.
Yeah, dude, those are the best to practice with. Like I said, I would definitely have those to practice on. You want to learn how to do dry brushing or wet blending, or like stippling or all that stuff. You get some Reaper Bones.
Yeah.
Just go, because it's only a couple bucks. You're not losing. Or like you guys have printers, you just print it out. You don't even need to buy nothing no more. You just print it out.
Yeah, that's basically that's what I do. Like, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna print out a Medusa for next week. And then I also have like just like this little guy just sitting around.
Yeah.
He's already primed, so I primed him in gray. So I'm like, I'll get to him when I can.
These are Quinn's favorite washes right here. If you don't have these in your collection, you're not doing it right.
Yep, I'm not doing it right then.
You got to have these two, at least these 2 washes in your collection.
None oil, and what else?
Agrath's Earthshade.
I need to get me at least 1 pot of each.
Yep, they are the best washes. Because they cover, the way they're designed, like they can cover so many different colors. It's crazy. Like I did no oil over fucking purple and bright red, and it still gave it such a nice shade and color tone. It was awesome. I did it on those little those skeletons, those 3D printed skeletons I did for Halloween.
Nice. Yeah. So for the campaign I'm in with my DM and stuff, I went and printed off minis for us and stuff, but we're mainly playing by Theater of the Mind, which is a freaking blast.
You like playing Theater of the Mind? Oh, it's nice. You know what is nice about it? There's nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to worry about but the game.
Like, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, okay, so how far is like my wolf creep painting from me? And I believe it's 5 foot. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, sweet. So I'm going to move up by so and so, and I'm going to do this. And he was okay.
Yeah, it's perfect. That's all I played back in the day, because that's all we had. You know what I mean? I think I didn't start doing minis until the 90s. And that's because I started painting minis and I wanted to introduce them to Like I was in a campaign with my buddy. He was running. And I think there was a debate on where somebody was compared to where the skeletons were. And I was like, the next game, I was like, I brought skeletons. I was like, here you go. Now you can show people exactly where you're at. And then it just went from there. Like everybody started using miniatures. Like it's easier to see, but I remember when we used to play Theater of the Mind, how much like you could just play all night and not have to worry about nothing.
Yeah, and like there's nothing to put up, nothing to take down.
Right, exactly. No setup, no breakdown. Good times.
I like it. Let's see.
I should say simpler times. That's what I should say.
Let's see here. Oh, let's see, something about getting the tolerance right on 3D printers. I can't do that. I got to be able to see if I can't follow the rules. Everything is, oh, yeah, sure, maybe. No, I don't know. I just can't. That's what Quinn said. Cujo says, a customer at the hobby shop asked me what to get for washes in Citadel. I told him Agrax and Nun Oil.
Yep.
And Sepia?
Seraphim Sepia, yep.
Yeah, Sepia. He said thanks, then said, damn, they were all sold out.
Yeah, because those I'm telling you, those are the colors.
Those are the three.
Yep. I started using Athonian Camo Shade, which is a green. And I was like, I'm gonna use this for like my Death Guard. The only thing is like the Athonian Camo Shade is a flat wash. So when it's dry, it's like real flat. So you gotta, you know what I mean? Like you gotta be careful what colors you put on what, you know what I mean? But yeah, I was like, yeah, it works. I mean, don't break it if it ain't broke, or don't fix it if it ain't broke, you know?
Yep. Well, I think Citadel's paint's going to go up in March.
Yep. No.
No, it's just the minis and books.
Yeah.
That's right. Because all the hobby stuff and tools and stuff is going to stay the same price.
Yep. Because they know the hobby stuff is already at a premium. Like their stuff is already expensive. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at like a pot of GW paint versus a pot of Army Painter, Vallejo, and all the others, GWs are pretty high.
Yeah.
So they know look, you're probably only going to buy one box of orcs, but you're probably going to buy like 4 bottles of orc flesh, 4 bottles of green shade, 4 bottles of black, 4 bottles of brown to paint those orcs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
So to my orc grot bombers.
Oh, nice. Is that for that
for Aeronautica?
Yeah.
Yeah. See these little bombs right here?
Mm-hmm.
There's a little tiny grot inside that bomb, piloting that bomb.
So it's a suicide.
Yeah, they think they're going for a joyride. But they strap these little guys. They strap these little guys in because that's their aiming device. They don't have targeters or anything like that. They just put the little grots in there and say, point it to where you got to go, and that's it.
Oh man,
that's how the orcs roll, man.
I don't know. I don't. Something just said orc for me whenever I was looking at the page, one page rules and stuff, and looking through all the armies. I'm like, something just says orcs. So that's why I just started printing the orcs.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, the orcs have a place in my heart. They always do. I like the ramshackleness of it, the Mad Maxiness of all their stuff. And orcs, they don't teach each other how to do stuff. They just know. Like the guys that can build trucks just know how to build trucks. They don't have a manual. They don't learn. This is how it's done. You know, it's pretty cool. I gotta start painting some orcs.
Well, I'm thinking about getting me the parts. Let's see, I paid $25 for my can of Westside Birder Gold. Thank you, DW.
Oh, Retributor Gold.
It's like a spray can?
Regular can. Yeah, regular can of spray. The Retributor Gold is always more expensive. I don't know why. maybe because it's harder to make gold spray, but it's definitely a beautiful color. Like when it comes out and it dries, oh my God, it's a good looking gold, you know, and it's
Yeah.
smooth. That's the thing too. Like that was one of the things I found out about Vallejo sprays that I didn't know was a thing outside of car paints. Like when you buy car primer and car paints and enamels and shit, like when you buy spray for cars, it's self-leveling spray.
Really?
Yeah, which means if you spray it under optimal conditions, even if you sprayed it a little off on certain points, it will level itself out. The paint will move around so that it's all one smooth layer. So Vallejo spray primer is self-leveling primer. So you don't get, like, if you spray it in the right conditions, you don't get the eggshell, you don't get the orange peel, you know what I'm saying? You don't get the,
Mm-hmm.
some spots are ash, like chalky, and some spots are smooth. You don't get that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big deal for me. Like, and they're cheaper than GW sprays on average. But like I said, you just got to know what colors you want. You know what I mean? And go with that.
Yeah. Dum, 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 dum. So I found some royalty-free music I'm using for the background.
Oh, are you? I can't even hear the
Yeah.
music.
Am I the only one that can hear it?
Ow. Motherfucker.
Cujo, can you hear the music?
Can you hear the music?
Well, I know I have it, like whenever I talk, it fades out some too, though. Dude, this little
Oh, damn.
soundboard is so awesome. The sound card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta get a new PC soon. I'm actually shopping for one now.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, like here in my little hobby space, I just got my little cheap little laptop I bought around
Yeah.
Christmas time
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So I'm using that, and with my new mic setup over here and my
Maybe mic
1080p,
check.
no music.
Mic
Huh.
check out 1, 2. I hate this paint. Shake it up. Metallics are always so much harder to clean up, to shake.
Do not buy GW white. I did. It's split and splat bad. Okay.
Oh, the spray? Yeah. Corax white, you gotta be careful with it. You gotta spray that in the right conditions. I use it on all my night haunts. It came out nice. But you gotta like 70 degrees, no humidity, or very low humidity. You know what I'm saying? The more humid it is out, if it's over 50% humidity, sprays are gonna be bad, no matter what it is.
So don't use it in the garage.
You can use it in the garage, just make sure, especially in the garage because it's controlled mostly. But yeah, if it's like real muggy, don't spray because it's gonna come out like nasty. Like people make fun of me, like you're never gonna get anything done. I'm like, yeah, but when I spray prime, I do it only the few months that I can, and I get as much sprayed as I can. Like I used to do people's Nerf guns, right?
Mm-hmm.
I used to build custom Nerf guns and paint them custom. And when I started doing it for this event, other people tried to do it too. And people come up to me, oh, I just got this blaster from this dude. I paid like blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, you paid that much? Like, that's cool, man. And I was like, why is it all gritty? Why is it all chalky? He's like, oh, well, that's the way the paint came out. I'm like, nah, motherfucker, that's because you don't know how to paint. And I show him mine. And I'm like, look, tell me the difference and show you. You know what I mean? Like, you got to know when to paint and how to paint.
Yeah.
And I've been spraying with spray cans since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So believe me, it's like you got to do it at the right times in the right environments.
Yeah, like some of my friends told me I should just paint on the side, have charge people to paint minis and stuff. And I told them, I'm not that good. No, I don't feel comfortable doing my surfaces like that.
Yeah, I would, and I don't know, no offense, but I would wait till
Yeah.
you can master painting, not just painting good, but painting like efficiently. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like you're gonna get there when you're painting this orc army. You'll get there. You'll see.
Yeah.
You start doing things in batches. You're like, okay, I'm gonna do all the green.
Yep,
on
and that's
everything.
what I did. Like,
Then I'm gonna do all the yellow. Then I'm gonna do all the reds. Then I'm gonna do
yeah,
all this, and then I'll do the shading on everything. Then I'll do the highlighting. On it. You'll see. You're gonna see.
yeah.
It's like a
I'll go
different. Like
get
when
you
you're
some of
painting
them on
one
that.
miniature, you're focused on that one miniature and every single color and every single shade. And you know what I mean? But it's different when you're painting a batch.
Exactly. But yeah, I'll go get a few of these real fast.
Man, put a glass ball in here and it's still, I can barely get it rattling. I think it's also because it's cold here in this area where my paints are, so they're kind of getting winter struck. That did not sound good.
Okay, so this guy is kind of like the boss.
Hmm.
It broke right there.
Is he the boss?
But
Is he the boss because he's bigger?
yeah. Plus,
He
I
should be.
just thought he looked cool.
The orcs usually, the bosses are usually the bigger, stronger orcs, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. That's why they put grots in the grot bomb, because they're tiny and they're stupid.
Then here's how the rest of these guys turned out.
Okay. Not bad,
Yeah.
man.
And I just batch painted all these guys.
You gotta do their bases too, no?
Huh?
So you gotta paint their bases too, no? Or no? You're not gonna paint their bases?
Their bases are done. I'm just gonna do it like that.
Mm.
Like I said, I'm not really gonna put a lot in this until we know that we like it.
Yeah.
Then I might like 3D print some better ones and then go all out. I do like this gunmetal. Oh, this gunmetal color.
Mm-hmm. What color is it?
It's the Vallejo's gunmetal,
Okay.
and definitely with a black wash over it. Oh, I love how it turned out.
I use bulk gunmetal from Games Workshop, and then I wash it with no oil, and it always looks good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good look.
00 have a Crot Tank STL downloaded. I haven't printed it yet.
Oh, what?
A Grot Tank.
Oh, a grot tank.
STL.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Those are fun.
I'm guessing they'll shoot the grots.
No, grot tanks is a tank, a little tiny tank,
Mm-hmm.
piloted by grots.
Oh, nice.
Because ironically, the grots can shoot better than the orcs can. They have a better ballistic skill than the orcs. Orcs can't hit the side of a barn. But man, when they do, look out.
Yeah. I'm thinking, like, I need to find, like, this is the big guy. Then I just need to find, like, 3 more for the troops or whatever. But yeah, but I sealed the colors in with the Rust-Oleum Clear matte finish.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What company?
No, I'll show you. Let me get it. Oh. This one, Rust-Oleum.
Oh, Rust-Oleum.
Yeah, clear matte.
Oof.
Figure one day I might just go and go out and get some of the buy some like varnish or whatever to dip these in. Because I heard some people do that, and they have good results.
I used to do that way back in the day when I was a beginner. And it's not. Just get like a matte spray or a gloss spray. I wouldn't even use gloss. I just use matte.
Yeah, that's what this is. It's just a matte, but maybe get like if Vallejo makes a matte.
They do.
They do.
Vallejo makes one. Games Workshop makes one. I think Army Painter has one too. Clear coat or like whatever clear coat it is that they make. I know they make them. But it's like with anything, you know what I mean? You got to learn how to spray paint. You know what I mean? You got to learn how far away to stand from the miniature, you know, so you're not like caking on the more spray of clear you put on, the thicker it looks. And that's why I don't use varnish anymore, because varnish just goes on thick no matter what you do.
Oh crap, laptop's about ready to die. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night, guys. Let my laptop charge.
And all right, man.
But yeah. Oh, let's see. 0, kind of camo pattern I should put on my guard tanks. I plan on doing a dark gray, light gray, and black. Just not sure on the pattern how to do it. I might use the airbrush.
For who? For what?
For his grot tanks.
Oh. Man. We'll talk on the Discord, but I think there's a couple of German patterns, like German pattern camouflage, that are really easy to do, but that will work good with those 3 colors.
All right, Cujo, we'll talk on the Discord, but yep, I'll go ahead and see if I can find my charger because my laptop's about ready to die.
All right, man.
All right, thanks for Zero. You want to join me next week whenever we paint?
If I can, yeah. I mean, it depends on family time. You know what I'm saying? But if I can, yeah.
Yep. That's why today was later than last week because of family time.
No worries. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, I believe me, I would say yes, and I would love to, but you know.
Oh yeah.
Right now,
I understand.
Look.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Have fun.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
Later.